Dr. Eric Tangumonkem. I moved to the United States of America in 2002, originally as a student, and it took me about 14 years to become a US citizen. During those 14 years, I had to stay in the country legally. As a Christian, there wasn't any way for me to break the laws of America and not do what was right before God and right in my conscience. And during that long wait, I usually tell people I had to give up America twice because I could not do what other people were doing. For example, faking a marriage or declaring a political asylum since I didn't run away from my country of origin. Obeying the law is not a racist sentiment. It's very important that we do what is right.
Yeah, I agree. My name is Glenn Atkinson, and I'm from Canada, and I came here in 2006, so I've been here a little over 12 and a half years now, and I'm not a citizen yet. I only have my work permit. For the first 10 and a half years, I was not able to work due to government interference. It's a major story, long story, but to keep it simple and short, basically I was persecuted also as Mr. Doctor here, and we've had a long haul trying to get ourselves, doing everything properly within this country. I don't believe in breaking the law. I came here legally, and even though I wasn't able to get the documents because of the government interference, I was told by many people, I should just go ahead and work like the illegals do, and I'm like, no, I came here to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. So within that, I want to make sure I have everything documented, and just because the government stands in my way, I have God with me all the way, and so therefore I believe that we have to do things according to His plan, meaning God's, not the world's. So I want to do everything right, and within that whole many years of trying to assimilate properly as we're supposed to, as opposed to illegal aliens, we wanted to keep everything legal. So I made sure that I was not working or driving without license or whatever have you and whatnot. So it took a long time, but I was unlawfully detained several times, a couple times in detention centers, unlawfully, and it had been, I was persecuted in there, and also out in America here. Anyhow, what's wrong with this picture is with the drug cartel and whatever, and then there's the illegal aliens coming from the south of the border. I came legally, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't do anything that was illegal. So, having said that, all this caravan that we have coming across the south border right now, the last month or so, and we've seen this. I've seen this for years and years. Every year, it seems like they bring in thousands and thousands of people, and these Democrats and liberals, they want open borders. And I believe in the rule of law, and that is come here, get in line, get in here the right way, legally, and if you have to have asylum, that's fine, but do it through the proper channels. Myself, I wasn't running away from any country or anything like that. I was coming here to create jobs, or at least potential for creating jobs for people, and I couldn't even have one for myself for 10 and a half years, up until January of last year. No, not last year, 2017. So for 10 and a half years I wasn't able to work, but I did not work illegally because I didn't think it was right. So having said that, I've only had my work permit. I'm in the process of trying to gain permanent residency, and it's taken that's been a 2.5 year process from starting that process of it all from a legal standpoint. But the government is trying to stand in my way and has been for the whole time. That's why it's taken so long. See, I believe fully that they don't want anyone here that's going to create any jobs, or they don't even want people working. They want to be able to have people on welfare so they can control us. And I firmly believe that I wouldn't have 13 years ago. But coming here and seeing what I've seen and everything and how it's played out, I've had, numerous times where I've tried to contact Congress and not get any help. I have a FOIA showing that I have where they are saying that, it's basically, media coverage would be just terrible for them, so they don't want that. So I believe it's the politically inconvenient truth, and that people have a story like myself don't want to come out. A lot of people don't. They're afraid of government, whatever could happen to them. And Eric and myself, we're here to kind of basically be a voice for people that are too afraid to come out and speak the truth, to exposing all these liberals and Democrats that are, or elitists that are out there trying to basically control us and whatever, and not, we're here to do the right thing. So basically we have the long stories and whatnot, but we want to be a voice for people to basically, they can kind of get on this train here with us, and basically letting them know there's a voice that is out there to help, to make sure that you guys, whoever's out there that has any kind of issues themselves trying to assimilate properly and do the right thing, that they basically can get to get things going, and we can help them. We can all help each other. That's what we're here for.
Because it's when everything is done in the right way, it's going to benefit everybody. A broken system is not going to help us in the long run. And I want to make this point very clear, that when we ask people to do the right thing, it is not being racist. Glenn is from Canada. I am originally from Cameroon. And we have all been doing our best to make sure that we do it right. And I think to build a nation, integrity, character is something that we need to hold each other to that standard, so that we can count on each other. We've had our own pressures on us to compromise and do things in the wrong way, but we chose willfully that we're going to do what is right. And as a country, we need to talk about these things. We can't keep kicking the can down the road to the next generation. It's incumbent on us to have this conversation. There are millions of people who are trying to do it right. And as Glenn just said, it's not easy. And it's important that we as a people hold our government accountable to do what is right, so it can benefit all of us. It's not proper that people come in illegally, and at times they do jobs because some of the business owners won't mind paying them what they are paying them less, instead of employing Americans and paying them more. In the long run, we the people are the ones that help in taking care of these workers that are not well paid, because they end up on the social system, and when they are sick and they don't have insurance, the general public has to pick the tab for them. So we need to fix the system. It's very important that we fix the system.
We're all very blessed to be here, and we just want to make sure we're contributing. We're assimilating. We're doing the right thing, and we're not here to change anyone or anything other than if something is wrong, then that's why there's bills out there. People, the Congress has to put a bill out there, have to change something. That's fine, but we're not here to bring our country values into this country. We're here to actually just be here to do the right thing with the law and make sure the law is done right. And if the law is not right, then we can be part of the change, not part of the problem.
You're right. You're talking about vetting. When I applied for my green card, I had to do different vaccines and other medical checks and all that. So I don't think there's anything racist calling people to do what is right, so that all of us are going to be safe. Something that people usually don't talk about is, why do people move to the United States? The answer is very simple. Where people are, things are not going the way they want them to go. They're trying to look for something better. And they've moved to the United States because they feel that in the United States things are going to be better for them. Now, why are things better in the United States? Because the laws are working, because the system is well organized. Let's keep it organized. Let's keep the laws working. Let's make sure our future citizens, we teach them that obeying the law is a good thing to do. If you don't obey the laws, the system will break, and it's just going to go back to where you're trying to run away from. So it's very important that holding people accountable and making sure they obey the law isn't something that we'll say is racist.
I agree. Amen to that.
So I want to make this point very clear. We are not anti-immigration.
Right.
America needs immigrants. Migration is part of the human experience. People are always going to move around. But what we're saying is that it's good for everybody. If we have laws that are in place, people should obey them. If the Americans, we feel that the laws are not fair, we should first of all change the laws. But so long as we have those laws in place, it's important that people are held accountable. If not, it is not going to work out for all of us in the long run. Asking people, just as the president has been saying, that always do it right, it's not being racist, it's not being anti-immigration. If you are doing the right thing, things are going to turn out right for you. And let's tell people that it's a matter of character, it's a matter of integrity, and it's going to serve the country well in the long run.
Well, exactly. You touch about, a lot of people are saying that they always use that race card. The liberals, Democrats always want to use a race card. Well, I'm white and my friend here is black, and it doesn't matter if they're Asian or Hispanic or whatever. God is not a respecter of persons. He's a respecter of doing the right thing. So it has no color. There's no color there at all. It doesn't really matter. When years ago you're watching a TV program that was black and white, it doesn't matter. Color is only something that people want to look at because it diverts away from the actual truth, and that is to actually do the right thing. So it's about attitude. It's about attitude and having, being grateful for being in this country or coming to this country to do the right thing. So basically, if someone's saying it's a racist thing or whatnot, then usually it's because they're trying to hide something. And so because, whether it's, I came here from Canada. If I came here illegally, I'd expect the same treatment as I expect that illegals should have, and that is go back, get deported, and that's the way it should be. So therefore, to me, it's not a racist thing. I don't care what color the person is coming across the border. I don't care where they're coming from. If they come here and they're vetted and they get here and they're here legally, that's the most important. And they're going to come here and contribute to America, not take away. That's what my friend Eric has done, and that's what I'm doing. And that's all we expect, and that's all the law expects.
Yes, again, we are making an appeal to all the American citizens to get involved in talking about this immigration issue. We cannot afford not to talk about it. I've written 2 books on immigration already. One is my own story, why I chose not to become an illegal alien, and the other one is a book for first-time immigrants to help them transition and be able to get assimilated into the American life so they can reach their full potential, because when the immigrants do well, all of us are going to benefit. We are not trying to bash anybody here. What we are saying is that all of us must join our voices, hold our elected officials accountable, let them solve these problems. Let the Congress come up with a solution that makes sense so that we can get the immigration system organized in a way that makes sense. Because right now the system is so broken that somebody like Glenn that moves from Canada, he's here trying to contribute, trying to help the country, and it has taken him more than 10 years now. Something isn't right. Then out of a sudden, people that want to break into the country, we are giving preference to those ones. How is that justice? How is that fair? He wants to do it right. We should fix the system so that those that want to do it right should be able to do it. Everybody has a fair shot at being able to join the American experience and live here in a way that is going to be beneficial to all of us. I think this is not something that we can keep hiding away from or being ashamed to talk about it. It's time for everybody to talk about it so that we can come up with a solution. Now, if we don't solve the problem, most of the children of the illegal aliens in the country, because their parents are afraid of what is going to happen to them. They are not actively participating in the PTA. They are not actively participating in the life of the community because they're always hiding. And this is impacting their children. These are future Americans. If they are not empowered young, when they become older, they are not going to be living up to their full potential. And that is going to impact all of us. I think we are all in this, and it's time we stop hiding our heads under the sand and wishing that the problem goes away. It is here, and we need to come up with solutions. If you read the book on why I chose to become an illegal alien, I have 3 solutions in there that I think it can help us navigate our way forward. But to solve this problem, we must factor in those people that are doing it right, those people that are willing to do it right. As Glenn said, it's unfortunate that the news media and everybody else is only talking about the illegal aliens. What about those that are legal? What about those that want to do it right? When are we going to factor them into the equation? It is not fair. It doesn't look right.
You're right, and it comes down to 3 words. It comes down to it's politically inconvenient truth. They want to keep talking about illegal aliens because what you think about, you bring about. So what's happening is the more you're talking about illegal aliens, the more you're going to keep having more illegal activity. It's like if you keep saying, oh, I keep trying. Well, don't ever say you keep trying, because you'll always keep trying. You got to say it's done. You're doing it. And therefore, this is what Eric is saying also. We got to start talking more about legal immigration and fixing that itself and talking about that. The illegal aliens will go away all on its own. Once you start doing things legally, and I know you have to have the contrast to show that, but dominate the speeches and talking about legal immigration, bringing more people on TV and radio about legal immigrants and showing how they did it the right way will have people understand more of why it's so important that we have it legal and show that these are the people that have waited all this time. And that shows exactly why illegal aliens have gotten a free ride, or why that's why it's dominating the news, is because people want to get here illegally and they don't want to wait in line. Well, if you show how many people like myself and Eric that wait in line, we show the people that, then they start seeing that this is how hard it is for us, and yet look how easy it is for the illegals. So I have a radio show, and it's called the Pit Radio News. So Pit is politically inconvenient truth. God put that in my heart to name that, and it's every Sunday. I haven't been the last couple weeks and whatnot, but coming back next Sunday at 1 p.m. every Sunday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're gonna have Eric on too next week or the week after, whatever. We're gonna get more out there about this issue of the legal immigration instead of just the illegal aliens. We will talk about illegal aliens, but we want more dominant talks about immigration, how you assimilate the right way, and how we're doing it, and how long it's taken us. And the reason why it's taking so long is because of the illegal aliens are basically getting in the way of everything. So we just need people to understand that, and we thank you for joining us here. And we'd like for you to join us on the Pit Radio News. It's on Blog Talk Radio, so you can go to www.blogtalkradio.com and look up the Pit Radio News with Glenn Atkinson, and my guest will be Eric in the next week or two, and I have a co-host up in North Dakota that's with me, and we're going to get some more talk about this, okay? We thank you very much for joining us, and go Trump, and God bless America.
Yeah, Glenn, thank you very much. I think, again, we are making an appeal that people should not be afraid to join their voices. Yes, they say, or if you talk about immigration, it's something being racist. We are not being racist. Glenn is from Canada, I'm from Cameroon, and together and with all of us, we can talk and come up with solutions that are going to help all of us live together in harmony and pursue the American dream and fulfill our full potential. Thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless.